Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q here. I'm back on the Wheel of Fortune. I love these wheels of emotion. I like it. So here we are. I found a new wheel of emotion, but I first want to read to you. I'm like a poet. People are like, Susie, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Okay, first of all, I've been writing for years and I am, I guess, a poet. Anyway, and then I also get told, get this, like, Susie, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to take what you say. I just call what I do, I'm an empowerment catalyst. I just say I'm working with the energy. I'm an energy worker. And I ride the frequencies and it feels good. So this is what I write. It's a Facebook thing. Anyway, what you seek may be an echo on the other side of this now reality. Translation, you are living in a timeline that is not the current one you reside in. Just for the moment, visualize yourself now in a place where you are joyous, free, and content. Translation, you have a choice to surf the new frequencies that are your current timeline. I even did a translation for Ah. Ah is all about being your choice. You can choose whatever you want to do. And then a nugget, a breadcrumb, you are already there. Hit the reset button of what was to the upgrade of what is now. I'm all about the now. Bring it home now. And of course, we got to put the disclaimer in. It's a process. It's a process. One worth the price of admission and guarantee to stimulate the parts of you that have been hovering all over stagnation. Translation is, are you ready to release the parts of you that are so enthralled with past transgressions? Come on. Come on now. I'll hold your hand. Wake up, dear one. The view will knock your socks off. One last translation. You are free to create at will your life of your own juicy design. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So as we're looking at this wheel, I have the really kind of like blessed to have so many people in my life that that are, really coming out saying this is where I'm at and this is what's going on and all these different things. So I feel very, very close and connected with quite a few different vibrations and frequencies that are kind of in my field. Okay, my face just went away. All right, so looking at this wheel for a second here, I really want us to focus in on a few things. And so typically I'm like upbeat and woohoo, all right? But what I find, working and talking with people is that there are some times where people are staying in this, it's kind of hard to read, but this is mad, in this mad spectrum of this wheel. So on this side here, it's sad, mad, scared. And then on this bottom part, it's peaceful, powerful, and joyful. Okay, so I'll shrink it back down a little bit. Okay, so just so you can kind of get the idea, this is like, I'm not in alignment with my truth. If I'm hovering in this area right here, it means I'm out of alignment. I need help. We call this an energy surgery. So if you're hovering, and I'm not laughing at people who are there. I mean, I'm certainly hovering in all these different places as I'm in my own little deal, my own dealio, and then when I'm working with others. So this spectrum here is a spectrum of I'm out of alignment. I've got things that are showing up in my body. I'm pissed off all the time at blah, blah, blah. Or I'm depressed, We've all been there. And those are all good feeling tones. But let me just tell you this. When you're out of alignment, more stuff is going to show up that will actually affirm that you are out of alignment. So if you're saying I have fear or lack of this or that, you're going to be producing and creating more evidence that yes, I don't like to point, but yes, you do have lack, and yes, you do have fear. Okay. So when we begin to notice how our words, thoughts, actions, and deeds produce results, let me just tell you right now, the frequencies that are floating in and all over the place, they are instantaneously happening. So as we become more mindful with our approach of feeling into what's the truth, okay, it could be, and I even hate to utter these words because I don't want it to be my reality, but let's just say that I am scared right now. I'm in fear of blah, blah, blah. Well, that's okay to feel that way. You got to feel what you feel, but then you got to really look at what are you attracting when you're talking about fear or sadness or depression or helplessness. You got to really look at if you're playing that card. Now, a person in this lifetime could choose to play that card forever. I'm going to play the rejected person. I'm going to pick that role for the rest of my time here. And another person down the street could be, well, I'm going to play the role of, get this, I'm so selfish. Or you could go into it and just say, I'm going to play the role of being ashamed. All right. So these are all roles you can play, but we certainly surf these energies as things show up in our field. However, we don't want to stay there too long. We want to boom, 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 be bouncing into other fields as well. So if you decide that that's your part you're playing, this is all theater. We're in the grand play of Shakespeare in her glorious self. But don't you want to play more characters? Instead of playing those characters, I mean, so let's just say somebody's mad here, and then so that's that feeling tone of, that's where you're at. There's a loss there. And on the opposite here is powerful. I want to powerfully live. How does that sound with you when you look at the word mad and then you go into the word powerful? And then you start noticing how you live in mad and then contrasting to how you live in power. And that power is a wonderful state of being. Now, I call myself the empowerment catalyst because that feels juicy and I just made it up. Anyway, but this is a good tool. I really love using these different wheels. They have all kinds of different wheels that you can use that really describe what emotions are. And a lot of us just aren't trained. We were never trained. We were never trained on the emotion wheel. But now we are. Now we know these spectrums of emotions and these spectrums of feeling tones that come in. Okay. And I'm not saying everything is Pollyanna, like everything is great and charming. I can tell you though, I'm pretty charmed because right next to me is it's like, watermelon. I just had to do it. I love watermelon. Anyway, so if you're feeling out of alignment, the biggest clue when you need to check your emotions, do like a little check-in with your emotions is, how do I feel? How does my body feel right now? Do I feel out of alignment? Do I have a crick? Oh, I got a crick in my neck. I got a headache. My ears are on fire. I don't know. Or my breath work is not as it normally is, or my stomach has been hurting for days, or, I've got joint pain. I've got all kinds of different things that are showing up, or fuzzy brain. I got the fuzzy brain, fuzzy mind, fuzzy thoughts. I can't find clarity with my thinking. I get, and I keep going over and over and over the same stories again and again. So these right here are as evidence of out of alignment, which is this top area here. That is the evidence that you're out of alignment. Now, again, we surf in those places because that's information for us. So if we're not angry, if we're passive about something that did create anger for you, it's good to feel into that, but then move right back into power. So take that anger or that hate or that hostility or that hurt and go, I'm hurt, feeling hurt, and then move into power. So claim that place of being aware. You could say from being hurt, you could move to the opposite, just being, I am aware. I'm aware. And when you change that awareness or that emotional tone, I work with a lot of funky technologies and things, but this is a great way to neutralize and just kind of like notice, I am aware that I am hurt. You could even go, I am aware that I feel angry. I'm aware. So then you start kind of blending these two emotional states together here. So these are just some really beautiful tools that I'm noticing that are showing up for people. I had a person the other day that kind of was feeling maybe frustrated here. And then for this person, she moved into power. I mean, she went succinctly. She's also an energy worker. She went succinctly into power. And then she just, oh gosh, she's moving into, oh my goodness. I don't even know. She's between surprised and successful right now. She's pretty darn good with her practice. Anyway, this is all I've got for you today. This is the feeling wheel. These are emotional charts. Just really notice when you're in one of these spots up here, when you're sad, mad, or scared, or, whatever, embarrassed, feeling inadequate, feeling distant, feeling inferior. Do know that as you're feeling into that, there's an opposite to that. Why not attract the opposite? Let's just say if you're feeling isolated, you could be feeling moving from sad into joyful and feeling amused just for the fun of it. Say yes. Okay, that's all I got. But I'm going to tell you real quick. I have got on my Patreon account, it's called Juicy Living Community. And I've got 2 classes that I'm putting together now. One is Develop Your Psychic Ability. And also the other one is Conscious Mastermind. And this is about instant manifestation because I'm seeing it across the board all over the place. And some people are kind of messy with the manifestation and getting all messy and yucky poop. So we got some ways there to take a look at how can we turn that energy around and create a more positive result that most of the folks are looking to develop. These can either be on live. These are going to be live classes I teach online through Zoom, or it could be on demand too. So for folks that can't make those times that we have it set up. So it's on Juicy Living Community, Patreon. And that's all I got. And I'm just wishing you a happy and juicy day. And I'm hoping that you're peaceful, powerful, and joyful. And all the other stuff on the top, I'm just seeing that just right now, hiding underneath the rock saying, I'm not coming out right now. Doesn't feel right. So have a most beautiful and juicy, fantastic day.